Okay, so do not judge the mess, but basically, this is what I'm looking like thus far. As of today, filming this, I am exactly 22. No, I just turned 23 weeks last night. So yesterday, I just turned 23 weeks, which is about 5 months and 3 weeks, in a day. So I'm a week away from my third trimester, which is insane. So yeah, that's what Zyla's looking like. All right, you guys, let's chit chat about my pregnancy. There we go. All right, so let's chit chat about this pregnancy. So I have been wanting to do this video forever and a day. Have not had time to just sit down and chit chat with you guys, so that's what we're gonna be talking about. So I'm sure you guys know I'm pregnant by now. I am 23 weeks and 1 day, so I'm 1 week short of my third trimester, which is insane because I can literally remember like it was yesterday sitting in the doctor's office, taking the pregnancy test because basically, just to kind of give you some background, my husband Maurice and I mean, you guys have seen him, you know, on here. You've seen him on my social media. We will be celebrating our 5-year wedding anniversary in a couple of weeks. The 27th of March is our 5-year wedding anniversary. And so in 5 years of marriage, we've always wanted children. We always have, but in the very beginning of our marriage, you know, we were just basically trying to like, you know, enjoy being married and travel and stuff. So I'm going to say probably the first 1.5 to 2 years of our marriage, it was kind of like, we don't really want kids right now, but I mean, if I get pregnant, it's cool. But definitely after our 2nd year anniversary, that was when I was like, okay, you know, we've been together because I've actually been with Maurice for 6 years and married for 5 of them. So by that time we were together for 3 years. So I was like, okay, we've been together for 3 years, married for 2. Let's just go ahead and start our family, you know, because that's something that we both wanted. So literally that was 3 years ago, y'all. And we have been actively trying to get pregnant for 3 years, legit. So basically, let me just start there. So if you're watching this video and you are trying to conceive, girl, I tried everything under the sun. I mean, of course, I'm like praying, you know, asking God, you know, just to give us a child. You know, I changed my eating habits somewhat. I mean, I'm gonna get into what's happening or what's been happening with my body during the pregnancy, but I heard that they say if you're overweight that you can't get pregnant or it's harder for you to conceive. I don't know about all that because I know a lot of like thick girls that have multiple children, so I really don't think that's true. But I was looking into that. I took nasty till Geritol. Oh my gosh, because I heard that Geritol is supposed to, you know, make you more fertile or whatever. Now I'm just giving you my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying, of what worked for me. Me personally, I took an entire bottle of Geritol faithfully. And and they always say there's a baby at the end of the bottle. So once you're finished that bottle, you're supposed to be able to get pregnant. We threw so many negative pregnancy tests in the trash can for that reason. Like, it didn't work for me. So you already know I keep it 100% real on this channel, okay? So if you're not about like the real, like no sugarcoat, no filter, then this is not the video for you. I'm gonna just let you know. I'm gonna give you the real deal on this whole pregnancy thing. So what honestly got us pregnant is when we had sex, do not get up right away and go pee and take a shower. I know it sounds disgusting. I know it does. Because I was literally like sitting there like, because I mean, that's just, you know, what we do. Like as soon as, you know, we're done, we both get in the shower. But his grandmother actually told us, no, just lay in it. So that's literally what we had to do. We just laid in it for a while. You know, you don't have to lay there forever, you know what I'm saying? But take a quick little nap or, 20 minutes or whatever. Just lay in a bed. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that gives the eggs and the sperm extra time to, get together. I don't know. But all I know is that's how I got pregnant. So I can only share what worked for me. So if you're struggling to conceive, that's what I did. I was so thankful to God for that because I was this close to going to see. I'd actually found a fertility specialist that I was going to see, and we were going to do like the in vitro and all that, and I just thank God that we did not have to do that. I mean, if that's the route that you decide to take, okay, that's great, and I hope that that works out for you, but thankfully I didn't have to go that route. So basically in October, I found out I was pregnant. So I actually conceived in September, and I was about 4 weeks. So how I knew that I was pregnant is my cycle comes on like clockwork. Like you could literally set your watch by my cycle and it will be like on time. And when my cycle I was like a week late, and then I couldn't get a doctor appointment that same week, so I had to wait till the next week. So by the time I got to the doctor, I was almost 2 weeks late, and I was like, okay, this is not even like what is going on. And so that's when I found out that I was pregnant. So okay, so that's basically how I got pregnant. So let's go ahead and get into my whole my first trimester was absolutely horrible. I mean, there's no way of getting around that, no sugarcoating it. Like, my first trimester was horrible. Like, I'm so glad that that part of my pregnancy is over because, girl, it was horrible. So I found out, well, at first, when I found out I was pregnant, they told me that they told me I was 6 weeks long, but I was actually only 4 weeks at that time. So from 4 weeks up until the end of my first trimester, which would have been 4 weeks to 12 weeks, those 8 weeks were torture. Like, I was tired all the time. Like, I was literally falling asleep at my desk at work. I would like pull up to my job, and if I would get to work 15-20 minutes early, I would literally have to pull off to the side of my job where nobody could see me and take me like a 10-15 minute nap just to function. Like, it was that bad. And as you guys know, I do work as a therapist full time, so my schedule basically consists of back-to-back therapy sessions, and it was just to the point where I would be sitting in session and I'm listening to my clients talk, but I'm just like, yeah. Like, I'm literally like falling asleep in my sessions. Like, it was so bad, girl. So I had that. As far as like nausea and morning sickness goes, that was bad, but it wasn't as bad as I've heard some other people say. Like, for me, I definitely was nauseous every single day of my first trimester, but I was not throwing up every single day. So basically, anytime I opened my mouth, I didn't know whether I was going to burp or throw up, like, because I could just like up in here, I could just feel just the ickiness, and I just felt just queasy and nauseous like all the time. I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've actually thrown up during this pregnancy, from then up until now, and I could say maybe 3 of the 5 times that I've thrown up so far, I could pinpoint. It was because I took my prenatal vitamin in the morning instead of at night. And, they definitely tell you with your prenatals, you're going to figure out your body. But the time of day that you're least nauseous is when you want to take it. So for me, that's definitely at nighttime, because during the day, with me being at work and not having a lot on my stomach or whatever, I most definitely could not take it. So like, I tried in the beginning to take it like in the morning as soon as I would get to work or whatever, and I literally threw up in my office. Like, it was and so I started taking it in the evening, and that's what I'm still doing. So that has definitely worked out for me. And then the other 2 or 3 times, it's been like foods that I couldn't. Well, I used to like these foods, and these were things that I could eat before I got pregnant, but for some reason, you know, my little girl was just like, Mommy, I don't like that. And so I'm sending it back up. Like I know Panera Bread. I used to love Panera Bread. Like I can't even touch Panera Bread now because I've had Panera maybe twice since I've been pregnant. And both times it made me sick to my stomach. It made me throw up. Another time, I think I just ate something bad. I want to say it was like a Philly cheesesteak or something, which is not something that I eat a lot. But it made me sick to my stomach. And then the other two times, I don't know what happened. I mean, I guess she just was not having a good day. And like anything that I would eat, she would send back up. So long story short, my first trimester, I legit lost so much weight. Like when I got pregnant, I was 220 pounds. At the end of my first trimester, I had dropped down to 210 pounds. So I had lost like a good amount of weight. I would definitely say like just check with your doctor. Definitely get into prenatal care like as soon as you can, and definitely check with your doctor and just make sure that the weight loss, if you are losing weight during a pregnancy, is not damaging to your baby. For me, my doctor was like, because I was overweight before I got pregnant, that was just like extra weight that my that I really didn't need or whatever, and it wasn't harmful for the baby. So basically, as long as you're taking your prenatal vitamins, you're drinking your water, and you just eat, even if you can't eat a lot, but you just have something on your stomach, trust me, girl, you're gonna be good. So that was pretty much my first trimester. Okay, so now I'm in my second trimester. Like I said, I'm 23 weeks. So once I hit 24 weeks, I officially be in my third trimester. So my second trimester has really been a breeze, honestly, compared to the first one. I'm no longer nauseous. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Because, girl, that nausea was insane. I still do get tired, but it's nowhere near like it was on my first trimester. Like I can actually function. So like now, like with my work schedule, I work Monday through Thursday. I get to work at 8. I leave work at 7 in the evening, and I'm off on Fridays. So from 8 to 7, I would say I could make it through lunchtime, because I take my lunch from 12 to 1, and then I may start getting a little, like you get the itis or whatever after lunch, but definitely, I don't know what it is about 3 o'clock in the day. But at 3 o'clock every single day, I start getting tired, and my little girl, she decides that she wants to just be super active and start moving around. And so I would definitely say that's like the most exciting thing for me, or that's been the most exciting thing about my second trimester. My little baby, we're going to name her Zyla Tiana. Zyla is just super active, and I can definitely feel her. I can feel her definitely like starting around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel her kicks. I feel her movements, and I would say like early in the morning, like after midnight, from like midnight to maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know what she likes this number 3, but it's always around like 3 something in the morning, 3 something in the afternoon. I feel her the most. But yeah, that I can't even describe to you what it's like when you're carrying a baby and you feel that baby moving inside of you and kicking. It's just like, oh my gosh, it is just like the best feeling ever. So probably around week 16 going into week 17 is when I started feeling her, and I was so excited to feel her because I was just like, oh, I haven't felt her yet. I just want to feel, like the kicks and everything. So for me, it started off with the movements first, and then it went into kicks. So for me, the movements felt like I do have acrylic nails. So like if you take your nails and you just kind of like lightly, like rub your stomach, and it feels like almost like little hands just like moving. Like that's what it felt like when I felt her move for the first time. And that was just like, oh my gosh, that was so exciting. So I would definitely feel her move. And then after I felt the movements, I started feeling the kicks. So the kicks, to me started off as almost like a butterfly in your stomach kind of flutters to almost feeling like gas bubbles. So like at first, you know, my doctor was like, you're 17 weeks, you should be feeling your baby, you know, kicking you. And I'm like, no, I just have been having a lot of gas bubbles. And she was like, honey, no, those aren't gas bubbles. Those are the baby kicks or whatever. And so it started off like I would only feel her like over the course of a day. I would only feel her like once or twice a day. Then as I started getting closer to like 20-ish weeks, I started feeling her like all the time. Like it wasn't constant. Like I wouldn't say it was like every 5 minutes kind of thing, but it was just like as I would walk around during the day, I'm just like, ooh, I feel her. Ooh, I feel her, you know? So that's been really exciting. So right now, we're basically at the point where, you know, we are going to do baby showers. I have 2 baby showers coming up. My mom's side of the family that lives in Virginia, she's going to do a baby shower for me in April, which is coming up like really soon. And then my husband is actually planning a baby shower for us here in Florida in June because my due date is July 14th. So we're just basically getting ready for that. We have gone out and gotten some baby things, but we haven't gotten like a lot of baby stuff yet. So if that is something that you guys are interested in seeing, you want to see like some baby haul kind of stuff, I can definitely share with you some of the things. Like we have a crib, we have stroller, car seat for sure, and then I'm looking at my closet now. We definitely have bathrobes for her, a couple little outfits, blankets, and stuff like that. The other stuff we're probably just gonna wait until we start getting stuff at the baby shower and just kind of see like what we get from the baby shower, and then like whatever we feel like we're missing, we'll probably go out and get other stuff. I'm like trying not to buy a lot of stuff because being that it's our first, I already know like definitely my parents and his parents are like so super excited. They're just like, oh, we're gonna go out and buy everything. So that's really exciting. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, my second trimester, like I said, I had gotten down to about 210-ish. The last time I went to the doctor, I was 203 pounds. So I've lost a total of 37 pounds so far. That's not 27. Yeah, 27. Not quite 30 yet. I mean, I have another appointment this week, so we'll just see what I weigh in this week. So I do want to let you guys know about like my overall like body changes as far as like eating and stuff like that. So, okay. So like I said, my first trimester, a lot of the foods that I loved were making me sick. And because I was 220 pounds and, you know, I was considered, you know, overweight / obese, you know, my doctor did tell me that, you know, that would put me as high risk for developing diabetes during pregnancy. I don't know about you guys, but I don't do needles, okay, at all. Definitely when I have to stick myself, like even when I have to get blood drawn, I get blood like this. Like I literally cannot see that needle penetrating my skin. I don't want to see the blood coming through. Like, oh, it just freaks me out. So I was like, no. So what I did is I was like, no, we're not going to do this whole diabetic thing. So what I decided to do, and this was like around Thanksgiving time, because they did test my blood sugar and they said that my blood sugar was 130, which, okay, my blood sugar was 130 at the time, which was still considered normal, but it was like the high end of normal or whatever. So she was just basically like, you know, you just kind of want to monitor. So I cut out all sodas, and you guys know I was like hardcore Dr. Pepper, like 2-3 Dr. Peppers a day. Like that was like my crack, okay? No Dr. Peppers. If I have a soda now, it's definitely caffeine free. Like, cause sometimes, especially with me being at work for so many hours, like sometimes I have to have some sugar somewhere. So that was the compromise. I'm only gonna do caffeine free. So I'll do like Sprite, or like a sun-kissed grape or something like that. But that's not like all the time. So I've definitely cut back a lot there. But any processed food at all, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, all the fast food places that I used to eat at, I didn't do it. Like, if we go out to eat, we literally go out to a restaurant and sit down and eat. Like, for us to get Burger King, McDonald's, or whatever, it's every once in a blue moon. And it's like, when I get it, it's just not like as good as it used to be. And it's like, why am I eating this? You know what I'm saying? Because my body has really like gotten used to eating like healthy. So basically, we grocery shop. I need to pick up a okay, I still got an hour. I need to pick up a Walmart pickup order in a little bit. So basically, we've just been just doing our meal prep thing. I've been drinking lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water. That's definitely, because I know you guys have been like complimenting my skin and stuff between the prenatals that I take and drinking the water. That's what's definitely been helping my skin. I really have been into fresh fruits because I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a junk food fanatic before I got pregnant. So I didn't even know how good like fresh fruit are for you. Because a lot of the fruits that I like have natural sugars in there. Like Gala apples. I've been loving Gala apples, grapes, pineapple, and those are things that I pretty much get like every grocery trip. So if I'm craving something sweet, I'll have the sweetness and the fruit instead, and that's definitely been helping. Other than that, I've just been eating normally. I feel like the biggest lie that people will tell you is like, oh, you're pregnant, so you got to eat for two. Absolutely not. Like, that baby is, even now at 23 weeks, Zyla's only a pound, and I think she's like 11 or 12. I can't remember the size that she is, but I know she's just a little bit over a pound. So, she's so little. So, if her whole body is like this big, her stomach's only that big. Trust me, like, she does not need a whole pizza and all of that. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? So, like, just eat how you would normally eat. Seriously. The biggest thing that my doctor has been telling me is the prenatal. Like, definitely make sure that you are keeping up with taking your prenatal vitamins. You don't miss a dose. I would definitely suggest the prenatals that I sell on my Isotonics website. It's just Isotonics Prenatal. And basically, it's a powder, which I love because when they gave me prenatals, when I first started my prenatal care, those pills are legit like this big. And I was like, I'm not a pill taker anyway, but a big old pill like that, I was like, oh no, there is no way that I'm taking that. So I like the one that I have because not only is it a powder, so it's like a lot easier to take because it's isotonic. It has 80% absorption, so it actually absorbs into your bloodstream a lot quicker. So that's a plus. And also, it has a hair, skin, and nail supplement within the prenatal. So it helps like your hair, skin, and nails as well. So it's almost like you taking a hair, skin, and nail and a prenatal all rolled into one. So I take that, and then I also take an iron supplement that I also sell on my site because I have low iron levels or whatever. But that's pretty much the rundown of my pregnancy. Like, honestly, my pregnancy has been so good. The second trimester, even the first trimester, I had some bad days here and there, but overall, it wasn't bad. I think it was just like me just getting used to carrying a baby because, like I said, it's my first pregnancy. I've never been pregnant before. So I really didn't know like what to expect, but that's pretty much been it so far. Like I said, we are having a little girl, and we're naming her Zyla, and I cannot wait for you guys to meet her. I can't wait to meet her. I'm so super excited. I do plan to, I don't know if I'm gonna vlog at my baby shower, but I definitely want to like at least like try to get some pictures or some videos or something in, like something. So definitely be on the lookout for that video. And if you have specific questions about pregnancy, definitely leave those below. And like I said, you know, let me know if you want to see baby hauls. I know some of you have inquired about those, so I can definitely do one of those if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to like and comment and definitely subscribe if you are not already. And I will talk to you guys next time in my next video. Bye.